you mentioned what's in this for Anthony. The chance to make his move into boxing against somebody with a ton of experience and a ton of success. But what's in it for you? I mean, it seems like if you win, people say, "Well, you're supposed to," and if you don't, So what's the gain here for you?
It's no real gain. My gain is to give everybody an opportunity to get together, put on an awesome card for the people to see, because that's my whole goal in boxing, is always entertain people and give people what they want to see. And I know what Dean and Jorge are trying to do, and they're trying to give people a new way of bringing fights together, fights that people want to see. Because in boxing now, that's one of the biggest problems we have, is that we're not giving people fights they want to see. Although Tank and Garcia doing it right now, Loma and what's the kid name? Devin Haney, yeah. And Loma and Devin Haney also about to do. So they starting to come out and give people the fights they want to see. But it's like, for the most part, people don't get to see the fights they want to see because people won't fight. Well, it's like, you make a situation good and you're a fighter, it's like, what would I rather be doing? Would I rather be out of shape 230 pounds, or would I rather be get in shape and come down to 200 pounds and give the fans something to look at? And give everybody an opportunity, and give him an opportunity to either gain experience in a win or gain experience in a loss. Either way it go, he gonna gain some hell of experience, because I can promise you he ain't gonna see many people in that ring again with the IQ that I have. So I mean, I had the youth I used to have with it, but I still have IQ.
You mentioned the OG thing, and I'm an older OG than you by a ways. I think we all know that we aren't what we were physically 20 years ago, or at Anthony's age. How do you feel physically, both overall and as a boxer, and what's your training been like for this?
Training's been pretty good. It's just that in boxing, as you get older, as you can't abuse your body like you used to when you were younger. So you have to take care of your body a little bit differently. You have to take a few more days off. But the real thing is that, man, this is the other reason why I'm on the card is because one thing you got to know about Roy, he Gamebred.
And maybe this is good for both of you. The sports, I mean, there's more and more, seems like there's more and more crossover, and that's obviously the idea here. What can boxing learn from MMA, and what can MMA learn from boxing?
In my opinion, what boxing can learn from MMA is that MMA gets a lot better rep, because the real fighters fight the real fighters. When guys are at the peaks, they meet. And it's like, yeah, of course, I'm past my peak, but I'm still a legend. He's probably past his MMA peak, but he's still a legend. So when two legends get together and make it happen, yeah, I have the bigger IQ, but he has the age. So it makes it almost an even situation for us both. Now, me, yeah, if I win, people going to say, well, you should have won. But he can pull off an upset. Now it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? So it's like the whoa factor still is there. And yeah, it's all on me, I understand, but the whoa factor still is there. And what you want to give people is they got to have an opportunity to be able to say, whoa, we didn't expect that. That's what you give people, and that's what we're giving people now.
Anthony, what are your thoughts on what each can learn from each other?
And I think it's happening, man. If you look at the fights that are happening, like Roy just said, Tank Garcia, that sold out in like 5 minutes. So the fights that are supposed to happen in boxing are starting to happen now. And I think the right people are taking note. The promoters that are in charge of this stuff are making these fights happen. Dana White, one of the best promoters in MMA, he makes these fights happen. You look at my UFC record, I fought the best of the best in my era. 170, 145, 155, didn't matter. That's exactly what I'm bringing into this boxing. My coach is like, you sure you want to fight Roy Jones at 200 pounds for your first boxing fight? Hell yeah, for sure I want to do that. That's the challenges I want.